Hello, good people. Welcome back to Modern Wife. My name is Siphokazi Somi. So today I am joined by my husband after much begging, pleading, bribing. So if you did watch our How We Met video, I asked you guys if you want him to come back, and he is here. So for the benefit of those who didn't see the video, please introduce yourself.
Okay, guys, she didn't actually beg me or
I
did all those things that
I
she just
did.
said. I just came back.
Okay.
So, okay, so guys, my name is Yonwaba Somi, and I am the modern husband, father of 3. Yeah, what is there to know more about me?
Okay, so if you haven't seen that video after this one, please go and check it out, and you'll get to know us a little bit better. And to everyone that has subscribed to my channel, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if it's your first time today, please do the right thing and hit the red subscribe button so that you can be part of the modern family.
So today we doing the best and worst advice that we've ever got about relationships / marriage from people. You'd be surprised what people will tell you.
Okay, and again, guys, disclaimer, this is not to say that we are relationships experts or we don't appreciate what people actually do come and tell us, but it's just to show you the importance of discerning some of the advice that you get from people, and so that you can make your own decisions at the end of the day. And when it comes to worst advice, you'll be surprised that it's cases where we didn't even ask for advice. So this is not to say that when I come to you and I perhaps present my challenge, now you must think that this one is gonna go and make a video about me and say I gave the worst advice. But that sort of like unsolicited advice, it came in most cases where we didn't even ask for it. Okay, so you're gonna start now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the worst first. We don't want to make this a long video because, guys, as much as we're in quarantine, data I learned.
Yeah, visa.
So we'll do 2 each. So it's 4 worst and 4 best. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you go first.
Okay, my first worst relationship advice would definitely be have lots of money. As all women are after money, and if you have a lot of money, you're gonna have a happy wife, and that results to a happy home.
Was that because I'm Xhosa?
Definitely. I think the person who was giving me this advice just like, he's got a Xhosa wife, let me just give it to him. So guys, I don't think it's entirely a bad thing to have money. I mean, money makes a better living and it makes life a bit more comfortable. However, I mean, what are you gonna do now? Because there's days women are making their own money, and women, some of them will even make more money than you. And now if you are this guy who believes that I need to have a lot of money to make her happy, then what's going to happen in that case? Because she's used to money in that case, you know. So and there are other things that would just frustrate you. Let's say that now you do have this money but you're still fighting. Maybe your communication is not the best, maybe your intimacy is not the best. I mean, you can't, I don't think there's anything you can buy to improve your sexual life. If you are bad in it, you are bad in it. So yeah, that's probably one of the worst advice.
Clinic.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so my first worst advice, guys, is don't be mad if he has one side chick. So specifically, so if he has 2, I need to be mad. But this was, if he just has that one side chick, I mustn't be mad. As long as he comes home to me, he chose me as the wife, didn't he?
Best advice ever.
So, and this was very specific to say 2, you can be. But if it's just 1,
it's
like
just
really,
one. I mean,
it's just 1. What do you want? And guys, when I had this advice, I became numb. I was very shocked because firstly, I didn't ask for it, and secondly, it was like ungenaphi. And what makes me have a problem with it is that it normalizes cheating as if it's something that every guy should do, whereas I think it's really a choice and it shouldn't be the standard, and we as women should not exactly expect that our partners are going to cheat on us, and that's okay. So I just felt as if we need to come to a point where we really, in 2020, guys, we need to come to a point where we just stop normalizing cheating. It hurts other people's feelings, it's not the right thing to do, and guys should just stop it.
Okay, so my second worst advice is always make sure your wife is occupied with something. In fact, he said, always make sure that your wife is pregnant so that she can always be busy with kids and she can be out of your way, you know.
Get on to do men stuff.
Yeah, get on to do men stuff. She must just be busy with women stuff. And for me, I don't think that was the best advice, because I like a woman because she must offer more than just cooking and cleaning, you know. Dr. Bruce, is it Bruce Wilkins?
Yeah, Bruce Wilkins.
Bruce Wilkins, yes. Bruce Wilkins even has got a point where he would ask his wife, so baby, what is it that you are doing for me? Why do you say that? Why do you think that you're a good wife? Then the wife would say, it's because I clean for you, I cook for you. And he asked, what else do you have to offer except for that? So I think that's very profound. So for me, I like a woman who encourages me. I like a woman who makes me a better person. You know, I like a woman who's open-minded. I like a woman who sees herself more than a wife, than sees herself as something else as well. You know, I'm not really into somebody who's gonna be like, oh, I'm a wife now, I've done it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just such a, for me it's a turn off. Sorry.
Okay.
That's why I got you.
Oh, okay. The funny thing is, I'm not exactly someone who is lazy. Like I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not. But
so
what I'm
I
saying,
still do. Yeah.
Look,
the housework basically.
For me, even if you were lazy, I mean, I wouldn't get married to somebody just because
they can cook
and clean. I mean, I can hire a helper.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So there are things that there are characteristics that are you can't buy, that I really want from a person. So I don't know.
Okay. So my second sort of worst advice is, as a wife, you are the one who is responsible for making sure your marriage works. And I don't think this is actually bad advice. I just think that it's very dangerous advice, in a sense that it's not saying, this person didn't say to me, as a wife, you have a role to play in making sure that your marriage succeeds. It was basically saying, as the wife, you are the one who is responsible to make sure that your marriage works. And I think that is very dangerous, in a sense that it leaves all the responsibility to you as a woman. And it basically says that a man doesn't have any responsibility to play in making sure that the marriage succeeds. And of which by now we really do know that husband and wives have different roles and responsibilities. So we shouldn't really downplay the responsibility that the husband has as the head of the home and take all the responsibility and make it to be on the woman. I do understand where the premise was coming from, and I do understand that they were probably trying to quote Proverbs 14 verse 1, which says that a wise woman uyawakha umzi wakhe, but a foolish woman also destroys a home. So I do understand what they were trying to maybe understand, but for me it's just to say that marriage is a partnership. Marriage is a union for two people with God as the center. So we can't take this entire union for two people and make it seem that for it to succeed, only the wife has to do the work. And obviously I know that you can, it's very possible, if you are in a challenged marriage, it's very possible for one spouse to make a difference. And it's very responsible for the one spouse. Let's say now I am praying for my husband to be a better person, and then God obviously delivers him and God really speaks to him, but then eventually he has to fulfill his role. Moving to the first advice that we have ever received. And guys, for the sake of time, we went for two. So this is not to say that this is the only best advice that we've ever received, but if we had to choose, we'll go for these ones. Okay, so you start again.
The best advice that I've ever got was never forget your role as a man in your family. And I think that is very important. I mean, as a man, you are a provider. Your role is to provide, and when I say provide, please let's not box it into money. Providing can be more than money. Providing can be, the Bible says that the man's responsibility is to love, so the man needs to provide love to the wife. There's a book that I've read by Dr. Miles Monroe where he says it is so hard to be a man in the 21st century because women can also provide in the sense, because if you're looking at it in the sense that you need to provide money, women can also bring that, you know, and I think that is so profound. If you look at it in the sense of monetary provision, then it's really gonna be very hard for a man to be a provider.
Okay. So what other things then can sort of men provide then?
I mean, like I said, that first of all, the man needs to provide love. The man needs to provide guidance to his wife. You know, as much as let's say she makes more money. Let's say maybe the guy doesn't even work and she's the one who's buying the food, but he needs to provide guidance at least. I mean, if you're providing guideline that, baby, with this money, I think we need to do this. Let's build a Sako 2 room, as teen. As a man, there's a form of guidance that you are putting, and you must also provide security. You need to be that man who provides that security. I'm not saying that let's go and buy guns, but I'm just saying that let's just also provide something that is bigger than money.
Okay, my first best advice, which was recently reiterated to me by a friend, is work on you. And this is to say that we are all imperfect. So especially in a relationship, it is two imperfect human beings that we all have our own mistakes. So instead of pointing out someone's mistake, you should work on you. So work on the things that you know that you need to change. And this helps in a sense that there's a saying that relationships never leave you neutral. They either make you better or they either make you worse. And it's not every relationship that needs to leave you broken. So if you are someone who understands that, you know what, I'm gonna work on myself, so you will leave every relationship saying that, you know what, as much as that was not the best relationship that I was not in, but I was able to see this about myself, and this is how I worked on me to become a better person. But if you are someone who wants to be pointing out people's mistakes, then you will never change. You will never even change the things that you need to change about yourself. Guys, we're not Bob the Builder. So you can't change people. The only person you can change is yourself. So anyone else, you are not responsible for them, and you are not in control of them. So only focus on the person that you are in control of, which is yourself.
My second best is marry someone who makes you a better person. Yeah.
Carry on. We want more.
So yeah, guys, marry someone who makes you a better person, and I think that's one of the best that I've received, because, you know, especially us guys, we have dreams and we have ambitions, and like myself, I'm not the best person when it comes to execution. I get discouraged very easily. So
you have ideas.
I'm a creative. So my wife taught me how to execute things. So my wife is somebody that I need to be accountable to, because if I come up with an idea and I say I'm going to do this, she's going to ask me, baby, how far are you with this? And that actually brings pressure to me, because I also want to be that guy who delivers, who delivers. So get somebody who's going to make you a better person. Get somebody who's going to motivate you. Get somebody who's going to want you to do more and more than yourself, who's gonna make you see your potential. And yeah, I think
and then my second best advice, so our last point for the day, it is you must choose who you share your problems with. And specifically, this person says to me, you must find someone or find people that are interested in you as a union rather than yourself as an individual. In a sense that okay, I'll make an example. My friends, so if someone is my friend and my friend only, and I go to them and I share a problem, they'll obviously take my side because they are my friends. And in some cases, family as well. If I go to my sisters, they'll probably take my side because blood is thicker than water. But if you find someone who is interested in what it is that you guys are doing together as a union, they will be able to call perhaps my husband aside and say, okay guys, what is going on here? They are interested in both of you. They are interested in you as a union rather than you as an individual. So it was just to say that just be careful who you share your problems with. And the other thing as well, not everyone is for you. And I know that in this day and age, we're all about haters and people don't want to see me succeed and all of that. Sometimes it's not that people don't even want to see you succeed. some people, guys, they just don't have the best advice. You go to them, you leave even more depressed. And so you need to be, again, discernment. You need to be able to discern people that are wise. And abanye, it's not that they mean, they don't mean well, but they just don't know.
They don't know what to say.
They don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And yeah, you live there being frustrated. So you need to know this. I know that the commonly advice that people say is that when you're married, you need to have married friends. That is true, but to a certain extent, even out of those married friends, you need to know who you choose to share your problems with. You need to be able to choose people that are wise and be very careful who you share your problems with, but most importantly, find people that are interested in the two of you as a union rather than you as an individual.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. And yeah.
Okay, so that's it from us, guys. I hope you had as much fun as we did, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. But most importantly, let us know what are some of the best and the worst relationship advice that you guys have ever received. And then let me know if my husband has to come back. So if you guys take me to 1,000 subscribers, I will definitely drag him here and he will have to come back and we will do a Q&A. So let me know and tell everyone that you know about the channel so that we can take us to 1,000K and he can answer some of the questions that you guys have. And I love you so, so much. Until we meet again. Bye.
Bye.